Hello, friends. If you're new, why don't you go down, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss any episodes. For my fans and subscribers, welcome back. Thank you very much for the patronage. Today's topic, Jehovah's Witnesses, community. Don't forget, I have a merch store. Go check it out if you want. Not much else I need to say. Let's get on with the video. There have been good sociological and anthropological studies on Jehovah's Witnesses, but these have been few and far between. This video combines the findings of these studies with the observations of M. James Penton. Many reflections upon religion assert that religion in general draws adherents from deprived parts of society. But is this true? While it is a factor, it's not always the most important. For example, many are religious due to socialization, accommodation, and cognition. Obviously, many new recruits to any religion will be children of members. For such people, religious observance tends to be an end in itself, instead of a means to solving problems, as the first family members to be drawn to the religion used it for. New recruits also exhibit accommodation to social pressure from family and close friends. In way of cognitive explanation, many choose to be religious because such answers just make sense to them, and the person sees their religion as rational. During the Rutherford era, Jehovah's Witnesses lost many long-standing members, but gained many in World War II. As a result, only a few have a legacy in the faith. Most publishers nowadays are first or second generation witnesses. For whatever reason, until 1950, the biggest numbers of Jehovah's Witnesses were found in English-speaking or North European countries, where most people were already Protestant, but the religion also attracted non-Christian Africans. Since then, however, growth has been much more rapid in Catholic European nations, Latin America, Africa, and the Philippines. In 1997, about 50% are ex-Catholic, although members of Eastern religions have also converted to the faith. The social class of witnesses is a bit harder to determine, yet from Watchtower literature, newspapers, and accounts from older witnesses, it seems that the Bible student community in the 19th century was mainly composed of upper working and lower middle class people. However, during the period between the world wars, this demographic changed. At this time, farmers and laborers made up the majority of the Bible student witness community, including American immigrants and blacks. Apparently, they responded to attacks on capitalism and the exploitation of the poor. During Russell's life, many may have flocked to the religion out of deprivation. Many more may have been attracted by Russell's rationalism and its sense of a divine plan. Rutherford, however, appealed more to the emotions of the lower class. Young people are discouraged from higher education because the world will soon end, according to them. and this keeps them from upward social mobility. In fact, so many give up full-time employment that they find themselves on a downward trajectory. John Wesley noted that religion promotes both industry and frugality, and together these increase wealth. Yet as wealth increases, so do pride and anger. He also noted that these tend to decrease religion. However, this has not happened in the witness community. Why not? Basically, Watchtower puts so much unrelenting pressure on its members to preach that those who have not carried on this work regularly will leave or be forced out. Despite the trouble this causes, Watchtower maintains its commitment to preaching the good news and the imminent destruction. Russell seemed to understand the sexual needs of his followers, but he himself felt that sex was animalistic. He became more sensitive to this topic after he legally separated from his wife. Many couples emulated Russell and became celibate. Rutherford regarded women as inferior. His relationship with his wife, or lack thereof, most likely colored his view. Then, of course, there is the sexism that is so pervasive in the Bible. So, how can you really blame him for being sexist? He viewed God as the father and the organization as the mother to be used for God's purposes. Because, women are only here on earth to serve men. Not even close. Rutherford even went so far as to express that women were not to be the objects of romantic love and that marriages should be arranged by parents. Singles were not allowed to even touch a member of the opposite sex. Damn, talk about rule-oriented. He also said that people should refrain from marriage unless their desire for sex was too great. Of course, this advice had a huge impact on witness marriages, and these relationships were often quite bad. Although married couples suffered, young people suffered even more. They were told that they should give up everything to preach, and since Armageddon was right around the corner, they should wait to have families until God ushered in the new world. Well, you know what? It's been right around the corner for 140 years. Those who had already married were discouraged from having kids. Rutherford had just as much contempt for family obligations. He even advised one young person that his obligation to God outweighed his obligation to family. Knorr had a very different take on marriage. In the early 1950s, Hayden Covington, revered by most witnesses, got married. Shortly afterward, Knorr followed, ending Watchtower's anti-marriage stance. Under Knorr, Watchtower began teaching that the family was the basic unit to theocratic society. Despite many changes, much has remained the same. Although couples and families are no longer looked down upon, Watchtower encourages its members to remain single. After all, they can get more work out of you if you're single. For couples, Watchtower subtly encourages birth control. After all, they can get more preaching from couples that don't have children because they don't have to watch after the children. Watchtower is also very anti-education. Now, I can think of 2 reasons for this, and I'll give these 2 reasons, and then I'll go out for today, and I'll pick it up next time. And remember, these are just my reasons, my guesses. The first reason I can think of that they would be anti-education is people who don't have a whole lot of education are easy to fool, such as a lot of fundamentalists don't even know what evolution is. They admit evolution happens, but they don't know that they admit evolution happened. The second reason I think they are anti-education is because it is very, very hard to get a lot of work out of people who are working on building careers and lives. Well, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, press the subscribe button, and if you want to know when I come out with new content, hit the bell next to the subscribe button. My Twitter, Discord, email, PayPal, and website are in the description, along with the source that I used for this episode. I will also continue on with education as well as community. If you will, please leave comments in the comment section. Not only do I love hearing from you, but it also triggers the YouTube algorithm. Also, don't forget I have a merch store, so go check that out. Link in the description. Keep learning and searching for truth. Here are a few videos from my library. If you have not watched them, go ahead and watch them and tell me what you think. Until next time, friends, stay safe and goodbye.